Alright folks, welcome back to the channel. Today's adventure brings me to Chittenango Falls State Park. We're going to check out the spectacular waterfalls that they have here. So let's get going. Well, Chittenango State Park consists of 193 acres, and there are several trails here. We are going to be experiencing the Gorge Trail and the Creekside Trail today, but there's 3 other trails that goes along with it. The main feature of the park is a 167-foot waterfalls cascading over roughly 400 million year old bedrock. Chittenango Falls used to mark the boundary between the lands of the Oneida people and the Onondaga people. In 1784, the Oneidas called it a place where water runs over the ledges of the rocks when explaining their homeland's boundaries. And believe it or not, the 167-foot waterfall is exactly the same height as Niagara Falls. So we're heading down onto the Gorge Trail to check out these falls. In the 1800s, there was multiple mills and factories built around this falls. But the falls were privately owned by the Boardman family, who allowed members of the public to come visit the falls, and eventually sold it to Cazenovia resident Helen Fairchild, who established the Chittenango Falls Park Association. In 1922, the state acquired the land, and the park's size has continued to increase from 40 acres to almost 200. At one time, the state had a campground here too, and many camping sites still have it listed as a campground, but its campground closed in the mid-2000s. So this is the Creekside Trail here at Chittenango Falls State Park. The creek is right over here, and Jax would love it. But we've had this heat wave in northern New York and central New York going on now for a little over a week. 88 degrees. Tomorrow it's supposed to be 90s. And I've got a couple hikes planned there too. But the last hike we went on, it was about 88 degrees, and Jax was dragging when we got back to the truck, so with his fur coat, it's not fair to bring him out, but he would love jumping into that creek over there. He'd definitely love it. So unfortunately, the little dog is not going to be with me for the next few days on these hikes. So if you come, Chittenango Falls State Park is located about 4 miles outside the village of Cazenovia, New York. And as you can see, I don't have Jax with me today. It is another very hot and humid day in New York, and Jax with his fur coat is not liking the heat very much. So he's in air conditioning back home. So this trail is not all that long, 3/4 of a mile, if that, but it's steep, a lot of stairs, and wooden stairs, rock stairs, and stone. So yeah, you're going to have some good footwear because it can get slippery also. Why short though, the gorge trail does have hundreds of steps and a steep grade, and it's not stroller or wheelchair friendly, and if you have mobility issues, you will probably have a hard time with it too. But if you have little kids, they would love to come see the falls. We're on the side trail heading up right now, but it is a spectacular falls. So if you're in the area, give it a stop. It's well worth it. Alright folks, you watched all the way through. Thanks for that. If you liked the video, make sure to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, click the subscribe button down below. Continue to follow the adventure. And remember, folks, tomorrow is no guarantee for any one of us. So disconnect from that Wi-Fi, connect to this out here. You won't be disappointed.